Hello children. In previous video, we have discussed about gender and politics, how women was uh, discriminated or in the society, and what are the disadvantages faced by women. Now, in this video, we will watch about the religion, communalism, and politics. So, the religious division is not as universal as in the case of gender, but religious diversity is fairly widespread in the world today. And in India, there are followers of different religions. People should be able to express in politics their needs, interests, and demands as a member of the religious community. And there are various instances which involve relation between the religion and politics. Gandhiji believed that politics must be guided by ethics drawn from village. And human rights groups demanding the government to take special steps to protect religious minorities. And if we take the women's movements, demanded that government should change the family laws of all religions which discriminate against women. Communalism. So what is communalism? Communalism is it is a situation when a particular community tries to promote its own interest at the cost of the other communities. Or it is also known as the use of religion in politics. Yes, communal politics. So to place one's community above everything including the nation. So when does it begin? So when religious is seen as the basis of nation. And when does it become acute? When belief of one religion are presented as superior to the other religions, and when the demands of one religious groups are formed in opposition to another, when state power is used to establish the domination of one religious group over the rest. So when does it become acute? When religion is expressed in politics in exclusive and partisan terms. When one religion and its followers are pitted against the other religion. What factors promote communalism? So communalism can take various forms in politics as we see. The most common expression of communalism is in everyday beliefs involves religious prejudices, stereotypes of religious communities, and belief in the superiority of one's religion over other religions. So belief of one religion are presented as superior to those of other religions. And when demands of one religious group are formed in opposition to other. And that is a communal mind often leads to a quest for political dominance of one's own religious community. When state power is used to establish domination of one religious group over the rest, political mobilization on religious lines involves the use of sacred symbols. Sacred symbols. Religious leaders, emotional appeal, and playing fear in order to bring the followers of one religion together in political arena. And sometimes communalism takes its most ugly form of communal violence, riots, and massacre. India and Pakistan suffered some of the worst communal riots at the time of partition. So what do communalists think? Followers of one religion must belong to one community. Their fundamental interests are same. People who follow different religions cannot belong to the same social community. So communalism can take different form in politics. How it involves religious prejudices, stereotypes, as we discussed, of religious communities and beliefs in the superiority of one's religion over the other. And communal minds leads to a quest for political dominance of one's own religious communities. And next, if it is a minority community, it form a separate political union and political mobilization using the religious symbols, religious leaders, emotional appeal, and plain fear in order to bring the followers of one religion together in political arena. As we have discussed, it is the most ugly form of communal violence in 1947 during the India-Pakistan partition. Now next we will go to secular state. So, so there is no official religion for India. Constitution does not offer special rights to any religion. The Constitution provides to all individuals and communities freedom to profess, practice, propagate any religion or not to follow any. It is the will of the people. The Constitution prohibits discrimination on grounds of religion, and the Constitution allows the state to intervene in the matters of religion in order to ensure equality within religious communities. For example, it bans untouchability. So, efforts taken to check casteism. Political leaders and social reformers like Jyotiba Phule, Gandhiji, Ambedkar, and Periyar Ramaswamy Naicker have done a lot to check casteism. Socio-economic changes have brought in a check. Larger scale urbanization, literacy, and education. So, caste in most societies, occupations are passed on from one generation to another. Caste system is an extreme form of this, and in this caste system, members are of the same caste. The group were supposed to form a social community that participated the same or similar occupation, married within the same caste group, and did not eat with others from other caste. This groups that did not have access to education was prohibited from acting. With economic development, large-scale urbanization, growth of and education, literacy and education, occupational mobility, and the weakening of the position of landlords in the villages, the old notions of caste hierarchy are breaking down. The Constitution of India prohibited any caste-based discrimination and laid foundation of policies to reverse the injustice and caste system. So, caste in politics. Why is there a disproportionately large presence of upper caste among urban middle class? Caste take various forms in politics. When parties choose their candidates or when government are formed, political parties usually take care of representatives of different castes and tribes find a place in it. Political parties and candidates in elections make appeal to caste sentiment to win elections. To gain support, political parties raise caste-based issues during elections to get political support as one man, one vote system or adult franchise. And political parties have made people belonging to lower castes conscious about their rights and powers. So, politics in caste. Each caste group tries to become bigger by incorporating with its neighboring castes. Then various caste groups are formed with other castes or communities, and then they enter into dialogue and negotiation. The new kinds of caste groups have come up with the political arena like backward and forward caste groups. Thus, caste plays different kinds of roles in politics. In some caste division lead to tensions, conflicts, and even violence. So with this, we come to the end of the chapter. Thank you, children.